If you are offended by any of the following messages, feel free to pretend that they only apply to penguins.
On an iceberg somewhere in the northern Atlantic Ocean, a wedding is being held. A penguin is marrying a snowman. The snowman is not alive. It cannot move or talk or think. In fact, it will probably melt by the end of the ceremony. Meanwhile, just across the iceberg, two female penguins are told they cannot be married because they are both female. Saddened, they go and attend the wedding of their friend who is allowed to marry an object.
Just a slip and a slide away from the wedding, two crimes are occurring. One penguin is raising a special type of fish considered illegal because some penguins figured out how to smoke it. Next door, a penguin is kidnapping a baby. Cops have recently been giving orders to stop the drug problems on the iceberg. They arrest the penguin with the fish, and while thus occupied, they allow the kidnapper to escape.
One good thing about the iceberg is that there is healthcare for all. Every penguin, whether he has a cough or a broken leg or cancer, gets in the same line at the same hospital and waits for the same amount of time. None of the penguins get to choose their healthcare to fit their needs, and many penguins are irritated that they must pay healthcare for those reckless penguins who keep injuring themselves. Knowing the taxpayer will help bear the burden of their healthcare, maybe it's not such a good thing.
Sink or swim. Penguins live by this simple rule, and so does the Iceberg Party. We believe in giving aid and helping others, but to a certain extent. Many people become dependent on government aid and are unable to help themselves. In the past, people faced with sinking or swimming learned how to swim. Today, the government is a lifeguard that keeps people from drowning, but also from learning how to swim. For that reason, the Iceberg Party is against universal health care. Aside from being a complicated, ineffective system, it takes away from people learning how to swim. The party is also for the legalization of marijuana as means of following the police to focus on more dangerous crimes. Let both those who choose to take drugs and the police sink or swim, but let it be their own choice. And lastly, the party is for legalizing gay marriage. It is ridiculous. It is legal to marry the Eiffel Tower, but not to marry another person based on your gender. Whether or not you agree with gay marriage, don't infringe on other people's choices. Everyone is going to sink or swim, and it's time to let them. Sink with old ideas.
Or swim with ours.
Vote Iceberg.